welcome back to the studio. And with that, we say goodbye to the Agmar Money Team, or Pandemic Legion, as many people want to call them. Not only are there no boundaries, guys, really happy now, but a lot of people made a lot of money off of EVBet because they got fivefold their money back.
I was watching the odds there, yeah. A lot of people had 5-to-1 odds, where if you bet on no boundaries, you got 5 times your money back.
So if you want to bet on this tournament, there are a couple of places where you can go. It's eve-bet.com. That's where you can bet for ISK.
ISK, of course. I was going to say.
Of course, yes.
Yes. Imaginary money.
The second site you can go to is goimba.com, and that is actually free.
Yep.
Don't even have to put any ISK in.
And if anyone else is running anything like that and is wants to let us know about it, then we can give you guys a shout out as well.
Yep.
But it's great to see these kind of secondary services appear around our tournaments.
Definitely.
People are having a lot of fun with it.
We have stats on screen. Let's go over that real quick. What did you guys think about the setups here?
I like them both.
Yep.
The Agmar Money Team guys, they did go with less than a full team, which is normally a no-no, but they had a very strong game plan around it, I think. We talked a bit before about how you often want on a Marauder team for the Marauder to be its own team and then the rest of your team to be their own team, and those to be able to operate independently because they kind of have to. Yeah. And this is kind of the epitome of that, actually. It's a kiting, shield, drone team, along with a very stationary armor paladin. And they could complement each other really well. Against the No Boundaries guys, though, the No Boundaries guys just got tackle on them so well.
They deserve credit for so many different points in this match. I think it's pretty impressive how long they were able to keep the Oneros up. They used tons of time at the start of the match just running him around, wasting as much damage as possible before he finally died. I think using the Fleet Foons in this way was really nice, being able to keep them cap pressuring the Paladin for the entire match, and then also have them doing a lot of damage to the kiting ships on the field, so they didn't have to, imagine if they had something with blasters. If they had
these guys around the field.
If they had brought a setup like the last two teams did, where it's a heavy damage battleship and a nuding battleship that are both very slow, they would have had so much less damage they could apply out to those kiting ships.
So those teams probably would have just bashed through the Paladin right at the beginning.
Yeah.
But I mean, different game plans. Those have that game plan for dealing with Marauders. The No Boundaries guys had this game plan. I'm sure this was their exact plan. You keep the Foons orbiting the Marauder at close range while you shoot at the rest of the team. Then you switch later.
Seems really solid, I think.
Yeah.
Really good job by them.
Yeah, and it was definitely a really well flown by the No Boundaries team. They showed what they're capable of there, knocking out the PL team, which in many minds is a huge upset.
Yeah,
so.
I think it's hard to say, and it's hard to argue that it's not a huge upset. I think almost everyone.
In 5 out of 6 minds, actually.
Yes. The Fleet Foons, I've been very impressed with in this tournament as well.
Really good.
They've been used quite a bit by good teams, and they've won 4 out of 5 matches or 3 out of 4. They've won a lot of their matches.
They've also been used really differently. Weren't some of the previous setups shield Foons?
Yes, we have seen some kiting shield Foons.
Yeah.
We've seen the armor ones like this. This is a nice setup because it can kind of combo. If it goes up against the Vindicator team, then it runs away from it.
Yeah, then it can kite.
But in this case, it goes in and just kind of sits in the middle of the arena.
It's really flexible.
You guys know what I like?
What?
We've seen such diverse setups this tournament.
This tournament in general has probably had the most diverse.
It's just been a really wide variety of setups.
Yeah.
Which means that the game might be pretty balanced. Might have a pretty balanced ships.
The tournament might be very balanced.
I do think the game is getting much more balanced than it was before. But yes, the tournament metas, it really comes down to the tournament rules.
Yeah.
And that is, so even no matter what the balance is in the rest of the game, we can always make that work with the tournament. If we had Marauders in here for just 19 points like they were in previous tournaments, and you could bring as many as you want, then we would have just seen Marauder in every single team.
Yes. And over the years, we've also been doing things like having this two frigate logistic thing, but only one normal, kind of expanding the options while eliminating some of the ones that are more polarizing or boring. And I was also going to say something that tends to happen in tournaments, and maybe in this tournament it won't be the case. I'm starting to wonder, but usually we see a lot of diversity in the first weekend. Yeah. Early on, there's a lot of diversity, and then as people discover what's really effective, it tends to thin down towards where at the end we reach a smaller pool a lot of the time. And I don't know if that'll happen here. It seems like there's a lot of
strong teams with different setups. Yeah.
Yep. So maybe this just is a really nice flexible format.
So we're about 3 minutes out from the next match, and I'm just going to go over a couple of tweets on the NEO2 hashtag before we go into the bans for the next match. EveBet tweets, wow, total upset, lots of happy customers, perhaps some unhappy ones too. So if you bet on PL, it sucks to be you, my friend. Morwin Lagan tweets, Bacchanalian sends his regards, quote to Game of Thrones, and Bacchanalian being the sponsor of the No Boundaries team.
Yep.
Nice.
That is kind of... So he sent his minions to take out Pandemic Legion.
And of course, a very experienced tournament pilot himself.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's not. Is he actually flying? I know.
No, he's not.
No, he's
flying.
not.
I think he's busy.
Okay. And Brent is
on the Hydro guys.
Yeah. Okay.
Then this is the last tweet I'll read here. Smarn CA tweets, Kings of Lowsec got #wrecked. So Kings of Lowsec just got eliminated from the tournament, which is unfortunate.
Silly tweeter. We all know that you're in alliance with the true Kings of Lowsec.
So let's jump through the bans for the next match real quick before we go to it. Match 35, Raging Homo Sapiens banned the Dominics and the Ishtar, and Parental Advisory banned the Oneros and the Golem.
Oneros is interesting.
All right, do you have other bans that I have?
No, that's exactly what I'm saying. Yeah, I was reading it wrong. Yep.
So Oneros, Golem, Dominic's Ishtar. Dominic's Ishtar, no surprise to us now at this point. We've seen that pretty much.
Those are very common.
Yeah.
Oneros might be trying to push people into Sleipnirs.
Yes.
In that, like, it eliminates a lot of armor teams.
And the fact that they didn't ban the Sleipnir, like we've seen in the first two matches of the day, and they kind of push you to a shield kind of type setup. So maybe...
A lot of teams would end up like they seeing these bans and be like, well, here you go, let's go with the Sleipnir Scimitar team. But no.
I wonder if that if the Raging Homo Sapiens team, or wait, that's Parental Advisory ban on Neos. I wonder if they're going to be kind of a Astartes or Eoses or some other even battleships, but very brawly, hoping to run into some Sleipnirs or some other closer range shield thing. But we'll find out, I guess.
But definitely, the match is ready. So we'll just jump into that one and get your predictions, please, CSP Fozzie.
I'm going to go with Parental Advisory. I think they've been really strong, and they're going to take this.
I have Raging Homo Sapiens in this one, and I can't remember why, but I trust myself that there was a reason.
So this is the first match of the day where we don't all agree on a team. I'm going with Parental Advisory as well. We'll see how it goes.